In the midst of a Major League Baseball labor impasse, there are people that would love to play and coach baseball right now, such as in St. Paul, where the Twins-sponsored RBI team for kids from the inner city is, like all of baseball, on hold. And that's strange, especially for two veteran coaches. This is Bill Peterson Field, named after the baseball godfather of St. Paul. This would be his 60th year coaching baseball. He turns 80 in August, but he won't be coaching, just involved in the game.
Well, I tell you, I'm involved in baseball. You see this field out here? Yep. Grass keeps growing, wind keeps blowing, weeds keep growing. I got a lot of landscaping that I do.
Peterson coached Dave and Steve Winfield. They grew up not far from here, at Oxford Playground.
Anytime me and David could find a game going on or just an open space, we'd want to play, and there's a lot of open space up here.
Bill and Steve have coached together every summer for the last 15 years at the RBI program, a program designed for inner city kids who want to play. They're not worried a year off will hinder those numbers of participants.
And there's a lot of kids that want to play baseball, but they don't make a specific American Legion team. We one year had 16 18-year-old teams in the Minneapolis-St. Paul League combined.
But it is a bit haunting that these fields are now absent players, and they won't be filled anytime soon.
I think we enjoy the kid stuff more than the pro stuff. I mean, it's nice watching the Twins or the Saints, but, you know, being involved with kids playing and helping them along, training them, and just watching them develop.
But the legacy of baseball stays intact, and the legend still loves coaching the game.
Love the teaching part of it. That's probably the most fun of it. It's fun to play games and to win, and it ain't fun to lose, but sometimes you learn a lot more when you lose.
One day their teachings will return. Not sure when, but until then,
make good use of this time, you know, that we have, and instead of complaining about it, you know, there are things to complain about, but make some good use of it.
Good role models. Tonight at 10, we will catch up to former Twins pitcher LaTroy Hawkins. He was there working with pitchers during spring training, and he has some thoughts on the labor strife. He says they just need to get back and establish some normalcy in baseball.
It's definitely going to feel like baseball. You know, everyone's used to baseball being played at this particular time of the year. And with the pandemic and everything else that's going on, the protests, you know, people need that baseball back in their lives.
LaTroy Hawkins on that and what he's seen in the demonstrations across the country as it relates to race, all coming up tonight. Special conversation with him at 10 o'clock.
Oh, looking forward to that, Maxie.
Dave Winfield had the biggest, strongest hands out of almost any man I've ever met. Is Steve like that? Steve
is smaller version of Dave. I saw Steve play when I was a bat boy back in the day, and he could run, but they're both great athletes.